itibarına ikrar edilmişiz, teslim olmuşuz. O yüzden nasıl ki bu mirası bize bırakanlar, nasıl ki ilk inancımız olan Kırklar Meclisi'nde, nasıl ki kadın erkek bir arada ibadet yapıyorsa, nasıl orada da makam mevki olmaksızın tüm canlar birbirlerine ikrar vererek Hak Muhammed Ali yoluna nasıl ikrar vermişse, biz de burada kadın erkek ayırt etmeksizin, büyük küçük ayırt etmeksizin, makam mevki ayırt etmeksizin, burada hepimiz neyiz canlar? Birer canız.
The Alevi Gem Ceremony, Gem, is to become one. It is to unify in the place of God. It is a meeting in the place of God, guided by the principle of giving and receiving consent, soul to soul, face to face. Everything begins and ends with consent. Gem is to unite the mind, heart, and path with conversation, illuminated by Alevi teaching. People are the essential fabric of the Alevi faith. Gem is the name of the path to becoming human. In other words, it is the school of God on the path to becoming a paragon of humanity. Through the teaching of 4 gates, 40 levels, an Alevi starts out on the path as a raw, immature person, taking an oath and receiving consent. Eventually, they reach the level of spiritual, human maturity. Gem is the gate of affirmation where this journey begins. Held in the place of God, it is a social, collective, judicial, and devotional method of opening the heart and spirit, the ears of the mind and eyes of the soul. Gem is a place of faith, acknowledgement, and conversation, where everyone is considered to be a soul, with no distinction between women, men, wealthy, poor, titled, untitled, old, young. Gem is a guide that shows the Alevi path. Gem is the mind and soul of the Alevi faith and its reason to exist. It shows the uniqueness of the Alevi faith identity. In other words, it is where Alevi beliefs, philosophy, culture, the collective way of life, community politics, and worldview are shaped, lived, and passed on.
Kıbrıs'ın Ehli Beyt 12 onlarca sürmetine yardımlarını bizden esirgemeyesin. Ya Hak, senin rızan için yaptığımız ibadetleri, okuduğumuz duaları, tevhidleri, verdiğimiz gülbekleri, dönülen semaları sen katında kabul eylesin. Merhametsiz sorusuna sığınarak kul beşerler hata işler.
The Gem ceremony is a meeting of souls. It is the place of God where Alevis live their beliefs. The word gem means to be one, to be united, to come together. In Turkish, the word gem means coming together.
Bismillah, Bismillah, Allah Allah. Vakit saatlerimiz hayrola. Hayırlar fethola, şerler defola. Münkür münafık berbat ola, güzel canlar her zaman abad ola. Mekanında bulunduğumuz Pir Hünkar Hacı Bektaş Veli himmetini, o güzel niyetini hepimizin üzerinde daim var ediyor. Onun düşünce varlığı halen yaşamakta ve yaşamaya devam edecek olan o güzel sözlerini içselleştirip, sindirip, onun çizgisinden yürüyen ve o çizgiyi geliştirmeye çalışan bütün canlarında yolları açık olan. Buraya o güzel muhabbete adım attığınız adım başına binbir sağlık bedenlerinize, birlik, güzellik ve aşk hanelerinize dola. Hepinizin bereketi bol, nasibi gür ola. Hak sağlıklı uzun ömürlerde daha nice güzel yıllarda böyle meydana gelip birlikte muhabbet, birlikte cem paylaşmayı cümleye nasip eyle. Nur-i Nebi'dendir Keremal'den, himmet de Hünkar-ı Pir Bektaş Vel'den gerçeğe gerçeklerden mine. Eyvallah. Erenler cemine her can giremez, edeb ile erkan yol olmayınca, edeb ile erkan yol olmayınca. Peygamberim
Ali yar, 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 Ali yar.
In contrast to Orthodox religions, where worship is performed to obey the commands of an almighty God, Gem worship is founded on the principle of supplication and conversation among Alevis, soul to soul and face to face. According to the Alevi teaching of 4 gates and 4 levels, people themselves are Qibla. Alevis say, "My Kaaba is the people." As Alevis see God in people and people in God, their supplications are to people themselves. According to Alevi beliefs, God is a hidden treasure. God wanted to be known, and the path to knowing is love. Love is in people. Gem is the conversation of love and a sacred place of equality. Every soul is equal in the place of God. As Gem is a place of equality, it is a rule that no person is above or below another. Gem is the unifying of souls to become one with God.
Muhammed miraca vardı gece.
Gem is a Semah dance. Mentors, murshid, spiritual leaders, peer, guides, rehber, and talib perform this dance of divine love, accompanied by poems, songs, chants, eulogies, and elegies performed by Alevi musicians on the revered Bağlama. There is a unity of mentors, spiritual leaders, guides, and followers. This unity is described as hand in hand with God. Gem is the historical memory of Alevi, Bektashi, and Kızılbaş experiences, their philosophies and teachings. Gem is inseparable from Alevi beliefs. The entire life of an Alevi, from birth to death, is connected with Gem. Gem is the source of life. It is a source that feeds the mind, heart, life, and path of Alevis, nurturing responsible, humane, and collective behavior. This is because in Alevi beliefs, Gem is the place of God, where an Alevi sets out on the path as a follower, acquires companions along the way, worships through conversation, and continues with their journey by unifying mind, soul, and path. Gem is the place of judgment for Alevis. It is a court where people are acknowledged and questioned about their behavior towards all creatures, both living and non-living. Gem is a method of conversation that nourishes the relationships between people. Gem is the school of God, where the teachings of the path to the garden of the soul and the pastures of the mind are sown, where a universal, humanist knowledge of truth is cultivated through acquiescence and mutual conversation. At the Gem, Alevis learn how to interact with nature and all living creatures. A culture of tolerance, sharing, and love for humanity is nurtured at the Gem. Unlike Orthodox religions, Alevi worship forms are not based on the Creator and the created. Therefore, worshipping at the Gem is not motivated by a promise of paradise, fear of hell, or an obligation to follow sacred commands.
Ey zahid sen bizi sanma günahkar, sanma günahkar. Günahımız yoktur, yoktur, sevabımız var.
Traditionally, in rural areas, Gem took place in winter After the harvest, on the night between Thursday and Friday, the Alevi spiritual leaders traveled round the villages to hold the gem ceremony with followers that are affiliated to their local group, Ocak. Many years ago, the gem used to be held in the biggest houses of the village. Each Ocak is an organizational unit with a chain of social relations based on the unity of mentor, leader, guide, and followers, built on the principle of hand in hand with God. Modernity and the accompanying migration and urbanization caused ruptures and breakages in these chains of social relations and organizational groupings. Today, the gem ceremonies in cities take place in gem houses, Alevi, which are set up by associations and social foundations. Today's Alevis are searching for ways to rebuild the principle of hand in hand with God through new social relations and types of organization.
Bu sıra Kur'an'la cevabımız var.
What are the origins of gem? There are two explanations for the origins of gem. The first is a mythological explanation based on the ceremony of the 40. In Alevi belief, the ceremony of the 40 was the first ever gem meeting and consisted of 40 venerable men and women. Its main teaching is, one of us is 40, 40 of us are one. It establishes the equality and justice of all souls on the principles of humanism, consent, and equality in life. The second explanation for the gem is related to historical social conditions. Alevi history is checkered with prohibition and pain. Gem grew out of the oppression and massacres of the Ottoman era as a response to the conditions of survival for Alevis. Gem emerged from Alevis creating their own social, legal, cultural, and belief forms, instead of following the Sheikh-ul-Islam, Qadi, and Sharia rules of the Ottoman state. In the words of Yunus Emre, gem belongs to the holy, to those who see God. To those who are crooked cannot enter. It belongs to those who are true. Not everyone can join in the gem ceremony. Only those who are faithful to Alevi beliefs and comply with the codes of the path can join. Those who don't embrace the principle of take control of your hands, desires, and words, those who have strayed cannot join in the gem. This is why Shah Hatay said, "Not every soul can enter the gem of the holy, if they are not faithful like Kambar. Not all who say, 'I am Kambar,' can be Kambar, if there is no path of virtue and decency. The first condition for the gem ceremony is unity of hearts. This means that all souls at the gem must give consent to each other. According to Alevi beliefs, if there are people at the gem who are resentful and angry with each other, they must make peace and unite their hearts. Otherwise, it is not considered appropriate for them to attend gem ceremonies. Therefore, before the gem starts, the spiritual leader asks,
Sevgili canlar, biz sizi sizin gönlünüzdeki hakka teslim ediyoruz. Aranızda dargın, küskün olanlar varsa, bilerek, bilmeyerek hata işlediyseniz dile gelin, hak meydanına gelin. Birbirlerinden razı mısınız?
"In the name of God, in the protection of God, give us good days, may goodness flow, may malice flee, may our places be prosperous, may our services be accepted, may our wishes be granted, may Huzur be our helper, may time be everlasting, may the gem be eternal. May our hearts and wishes be accepted, may hearts be full of joy, may hypocrites be wretched, may the poor be wealthy, may the souls help each other, may the sacred show what is right, proper, and prosperous to all the souls here and to all our brothers and sisters in the world, saints and holy people. Don't let our souls stray from cooperation, unity, and solidarity. Grant all people a life of peace and fellowship. let them prosper. Give remedies to our troubles, faith to our hearts, and cures to our sick. Don't allow troubles that need remedies. Don't let hypocrites and deniers spread shame. Keep away the evil of wicked people, the cruelty of tyrants. Invisible or visible adversities and misfortunes. Keep the souls of the world from straying from truth and honesty. Accept our services. Take the words be from us, the breath from Hunkar I Pir. Let's praise the times of Nur Unebi, Kerem I Ali, our great wise Hajj Bektashi Veli, and the real saints and holy ones. For God, for truth.